The world of Formula One is once more filled with rumors. Is Mercedes planning the ultimate overhaul to its driver lineup? And is George Russell's future at the Brackley-based team on a thread? In this video, we analyze the complicated scenario regarding George Russell, Mercedes, and the imminent possibility of Max Verstappen switching. Let's look into what's really going on in the background, and what it will imply for the future of Formula One. George Russell is now left to tread unknown waters with Mercedes. The golden boy of Brackley's future is now under increasing pressure as speculation emerges that Max Verstappen may join the team in the future. No contract has yet been signed to keep Russell on board in the long term. And as Mercedes are also due to bring a highly competitive car for the 2026 regulations, the stakes have never been so high. Mercedes, naturally, understands better than anyone else how important it is to have the optimum driver combination. That is why reviving the debate about Max Verstappen is more than mere paddock rumor. It is a calculated move that could alter the course of the team for years to come. Russell himself has inadvertently fueled this fire with recent comments about where he stands within the team. Are we soon to see one of the most dramatic overhauls in the Formula One field? And if so, does Max Verstappen have the key to opening up Mercedes' title ambitions? Let's get closer to the pieces of this complex puzzle. When questioned regarding his future, George Russell confessed, "My place at Mercedes isn't safe." He explained that if he remains, 2026 would be his 5th season with the team. Russell is aware that in F1, no seat is ever really secure. Drivers have to keep delivering every year, producing results, and showing their worth every year. On the surface, his comments are seen as standard modesty. But in the cutthroat environment of Formula One, these acknowledgements fuel fierce examination. Team chief Toto Wolff has recently expressed solidarity with his present driver pair. But past history teaches us how quickly teams make a change when a top performer such as Verstappen is on the table. And Verstappen? He is the most prized asset on the grid. A talent for the ages. A multiple world champion. His potential availability might push Mercedes to have to rethink everything. Although Russell has embraced the possibility of Verstappen coming on board, in reality, he has to be aware of the truth. If Max comes calling, he might well end up the sacrificial lamb. Let's also not forget the Red Bull scenario driving this speculation. Verstappen's disillusionment with in-house politics and high-profile exits of late has brought genuine uncertainty over his future in the long term at the Austrian team. Adrian Newey's departure was a seismic moment. Add that to other important exits, and Verstappen's exit clause no longer seems like a far-off spectre. It's a very real likelihood. Martin Brundle, a respected voice in the paddock, summed it up perfectly. He said, "If Max Verstappen became available, I'd be worried for George. Andrea Kimi Antonelli is clearly their future plan. But if Verstappen hits the market, no team, especially not Mercedes, can ignore that." Indeed, Antonelli remains Mercedes' long-term project. But Verstappen would be an immediate game-changer. For Russell, that's a harsh reality. In fact, behind closed doors, talks between Russell's camp and Red Bull are said to have taken place, just in case the dominoes fall in that direction. And can you blame them? Formula One is ruthless at this level. It's about positioning yourself for survival and success. Russell has likened his journey to those of the great F1 drivers. He's referenced how Fernando Alonso won 2 titles early on, only to have been without another since. How the dominance of Sebastian Vettel disappeared. How even Michael Schumacher took 5 years at Ferrari before winning his first championship there. These thoughts are a testament to Russell's maturity, but they also note the cruel unpredictability of this sport. Mercedes, for their part, have been careful with their words. Toto Wolff and Bradley Lord, the team's communications chief, have reassured fans and media that Russell and Lewis Hamilton represent their future. But we've heard similar statements from other teams, right up until they signed a star name at the first opportunity. It's business, plain and simple. If Verstappen shows interest, Mercedes will act quickly. That's not disrespect for Russell. It's the nature of high-end motorsport. Verstappen craves stability, control, and a car capable of winning under any circumstances. And given new rules on the horizon in 2026, he's keeping a keen eye open. The internal conflict at Red Bull may just be enough to force him to look elsewhere. What of Russell's options? Aston Martin has been spoken about in rumors, though all concerned parties have denied any ongoing negotiations. But don't be deceived, these negotiations tend to occur discreetly, behind doors, until the time is ripe. Russell's team will make sure he won't be left without a competitive race seat should the worst occur. In the meantime, Mercedes need to tread lightly. They have to maintain loyalty to their existing drivers while also weighing up the chances of securing the greatest prize on the drivers' market. If Verstappen is indeed weighing up a move, they won't want to lose him, particularly after allowing him to get away from them the first time around. Russell is well aware of the score. He has been around in F1 long enough to realize that sometimes situations change beyond a driver's control. His attention now needs to be on giving performances that make him irreplaceable, either at Mercedes or elsewhere. And let's not forget Ferrari in this mix. Charles Leclerc's frustrations with the Scuderia are no secret, but his downplayed rumors of an exit. But Ferrari struggling and Mercedes possibly on the lookout for drivers. Who knows what possibilities might be there? It's a complicated chess game, with each piece ready to move. Ultimately, the question is straightforward. If Max Verstappen becomes an option, can Mercedes really turn him down? And what about George Russell if they accept him? So, what do you think? Will George Russell keep his place at Mercedes? Or will Max Verstappen once again shake up the grid? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more in-depth dives into the largest Formula One stories. Until next time, have eyes on the track and ears ready for the next large bombshell.